If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or anything gaming related, check the referral links down in the description. They'll take you to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods already, and with the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again, and welcome to episode number 3 of the Youth Squad Challenge. This is, of course, the collaboration challenge series between myself, MGH, and CaniSports. We're starting with a squad report, as I'm going to do from here on out in the beginning of every new episode. Obviously, they're going up at 6 PM every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so there'll be another episode on Friday. If you missed either of the 2 episodes from Monday on my channel, or Chani's, or MGH's, then there'll be links in the description to their channels, and obviously you can check my channel page and the playlist for it to catch up. But we're starting with a game in the Championship at home against Wigan Athletic. Obviously, in the first episode, we were able to end after 8 games, sat 4th in the table. But before we get too far into the episode, I want to just say a quick thank you to you guys for the incredible positive support that we had on the first 2 episodes that went up as a double upload on Monday. You guys have been so incredibly supportive of this series. Thank you to those of you that are new to the channel as well. We've had well over 1,000 new people come to the channel, which is fantastic. Thank you for coming along. Hopefully you're enjoying not only this series but the other stuff that you've found on the channel as well, with all of the other series that are going on continually throughout the week. Obviously you can find a schedule to all of my uploads in the description of any video, but we start off in a very, very good manner with a 3-0 victory at home against Wigan Athletic. Obviously a side that came down from the Barclays Premier League last year. Our side are doing okay so far. We're starting our stronger side again here against Reading away from home, who equally are one of the strongest sides in the division. Anthony Martial gets us off to a good start after the 36th minute by giving us a 1-0 lead. Few yellow cards though, which is a little bit concerning. There have been a few reds in the other guys' episodes to this point. Yakubu though equalises off the bench. You remember Yakubu from his time at Everton, and unfortunately we have to end with a 1-1 draw against Reading. But as per the rules, each month we are playing 1 game out of the fixtures that are selected, and obviously simming the rest. So the game I've selected for the month of October is going to be at home against Blackpool, and we'll have to wait and see how we get on. Starting the week, well, I don't know whether it's a weaker side, just the rotated side for this one. Obviously, in the first gameplay episode, I played my initial 11 that we outlined in the introduction, and we got a very good win actually against Leeds United. Obviously they went down to 10 men, so it did kind of help me, but they're starting Nathan Delfonso up top here, Blackpool, and obviously he's got quite a bit of pace. They're playing a 4-2-3-1, which is a very strong formation. It's good going forward and very solid defensively as well, so we're going to have to be at our best to get anything from the game. And obviously playing on Legendary when I'm personally used to world class, so I need to step my game up in that regard as well. So we're getting off to a good start though, starting by creating chances. Ep3, who's yet to score a goal, I think, in the series to this point, whether it be by being played with by me or in the simulated games. But he had the first chance there. It was a nice turn and a good shot. Then it's Sergi Dada, our central defensive midfielder that we got from Malaga, who has the second shot, but unfortunately slightly off target. But just a couple of minutes after that, we're going to get another opportunity. As you can see, it's very one-sided, this game so far. We are definitely the team on top. Nathan Redmond cutting inside gorgeously with a nice little Ronaldo chop, but unfortunately Sergi Dada misses the target again for a second time. He's very, very solid defensively, but clearly his offensive capabilities not quite up to scratch. Nathan Redmond again involved on the right hand side, trying to send the defender one way then the other. Doesn't quite work. This time I pass it off with Sergi Dada rather than having the shot, and it's actually Gruezo that has the shot that's well saved by the goalkeeper, and Dada can't quite get to the rebound. So we continue into the second half, and as you can tell, on top again, continuing to come down that right hand side with Nathan Redmond. Was a very successful avenue of attack for me. Unfortunately though, Ep3 collapses to the ground in frustration after his chance was well tipped over the top of the bar by the goalkeeper, and that pretty much summed up my mood at the time as well. I couldn't believe we hadn't scored yet. Jonathan Silva coming up from left back, but his shot wasn't very well controlled and flies over the top of the bar. Then they were going to catch me going the other way as we head deeper into the second half. Only 20-25 minutes left in the game to this point. Trying to get a tackle in on the edge of my box. Just see me step out with Jonathan Tah here. Miss the challenge, which opens up the space in behind for them to play it into Delfonso. Hits it first time and catches the goalkeeper unawares, and Mvogo concedes the goal and makes it 1-0 to Blackpool with their only chance of the game to that point.
I was livid. I couldn't believe we dominated the game the way that we had and hadn't been able to get a goal, and they have one chance and score it. Cristoforo, who scored the first goal against Leeds in the previous episode, comes close there with a good shot. Really nice run. Good feet, twisting and turning. He'd only been on the pitch for a matter of moments, but unfortunately we couldn't get ourselves an equaliser, so we lose at home against Blackpool. Oh, I couldn't believe it. Their only goal or only shot on target, and they score it and it defeats us. I was so annoyed, not only at the game but at myself as well for not being able to be more clinical in front of goals. So we head into the simulated games again, obviously, as we head into the month of November. I will be playing another game towards the end of the episode, but we go 1-0 up, no, 1-0 down, here, against Bolton, but then pull it back to 1-1 thanks to our wildcard Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and then Kelvin Davis, I almost said Kelvin Davis, but he's the centre-back, isn't he, for Nottingham Forest. Kevin Davies makes it 2-1 with a brace in the 56th minute, and that gives us back-to-back defeats in the league. Now, that's not going to help our playoff push whatsoever, or just promotion push in general. The board have said that they wanted automatic promotion from me, but weirdly, we get a job offer here. In all of my various different series in career mode to this point, I have never been approached by another team to come and take their job. International sides, yes, but another club side, never. Into this series we go, and we get an offer from Borussia Mönchengladbach to go and manage a side in the Bundesliga. Really, really strange. I thought I'd include that just to keep you up to speed. That really weirded me out because I've never had that before. But unfortunately, Ruben Neves picks up a slight knock here in this game. We were in front thanks to Correa in the 27th minute. Then they get a man sent off, and then they go 2-1 up 4 minutes later, and we aren't able to equalise until the very, very last moments, 88th minute, and Correa rescues a 2-2 draw. Not really too sure what's going on with the side right now. They're playing very, very average football at present. We should be winning these games. Coming away from home against Norwich, the side that are actually top of the table at present. Cristoforo picks up a knock as well, and as you can see, Johnny Howson has put Norwich 1-0 up here. Then Wesley Hoolahan makes it 2-0 in the 54th minute. Changes being made by us. Cristoforo, the injured man, going off and having to be replaced. Correa brings one back in the 79th minute, but it's not going to be enough to rescue our game. So we get 3 defeats and a draw in the space of our last 4 games. Really not helping. What doesn't help is that Cristoforo is out for 6 weeks with a broken toe as well. So we could really do with some positive results between now and the end of the episode. The board's starting to get slightly frustrated, but our position isn't really under threat, to be completely honest. We will be fine. But we start off with a yellow card after 1 minute against Sheffield Wednesday. Gruezo not necessarily getting us off to the best of starts. We are 2-0 up thanks to 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes, though, from Jonathan Silva and Kenneth Omaruo, 2 defenders scoring to give us a 2-0 lead. As we push into the second half, substitutions everywhere. Then Timo Werner puts us 3-0 up. Then Ruben Neves puts us 4-1 up, or 4-0 up, sorry. Then Lewis McGugan pulls one back from the penalty spot to make it 4-1. Lucas Romero gets himself sent off, which again won't help, missing more players. So we do get a solid win there, and I was hoping that would boost us to give us the confidence we needed to get another result in the next game, which was away from home against Ipswich, who are one of the better sides in the division. This time they pick up a knock to one of their players. Anthony Martial picks up the goal to give us a 1-0 lead, but J-Tab equalises just before half-time. Heading towards the final half an hour, changes being made by both sides, as you can see. Still our midfielders pick up bookings, and Neves and Romero seem to be very, very ill-disciplined when they're playing under the tutelage of the CPU. But unfortunately, Luke Varney scores in the 84th minute. We get another defeat. I couldn't believe it. I don't know what was happening. We were so solid in the opening episode. Or opening gameplay episode, in episode number 2, and had wins left, right and centre, found ourselves in 4th solidly in the playoffs. So we come into the second played game of the season. We're down in 10th currently, 6 wins, 4 draws and 6 defeats. Our goal difference is better than anyone around us though, so if we could get a win here against Bournemouth, that would very much help our playoff push. It is still pretty tight in the midfield, in the middle of the table, so just a run of 2 or 3 wins back to back could see us rocket back up the table. Starting with the stronger 11 now in this one, with obviously our main goal scorer Anthony Martial up top. He's been very, very good so far in this series and scoring quite a lot of goals for me as well, so I'm hoping he can do the same for me here. They've got Kenwyn Jones up top alongside Jan Cormigant, who is formerly of Leicester, of course. Infamously missed a penalty by dinking it in the playoff semi-finals 3 or 4 years ago now, I think it was, against Cardiff. But we get off to a decent start, again on the offence, tried to drill it across the goalmouth to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who was waiting waiting at the back post. I couldn't quite find him. The keeper read it and picked it out, but we still have the ball, trying to work another opportunity. Correa turns inside, shots well blocked though by Tommy Elphick, and they're going to get it away eventually as Romero gets caught on it, hoping that Romero and Neves can avoid getting themselves booked or sent off in this game now that I'm actually in control and not the CPU. But they stand the ball up here towards the back post. Kermagant wins the header, and I can't actually explain to you what my goalkeeper has done there. You'll see from the replay, I had or there will be a situation actually later on tonight in the Career Mode Road to Glory where a goalkeeper does something ridiculous that I can't really explain, and I can't really explain that either. Whether you guys can tell me what happened there in the comment section, I'm not too sure. It just goes through him. Just stands there and lets it go through his legs. So we're 1-0 down. Luck definitely not on our side in today's episode to this point. Wendell whipping the ball into the box, our left back from Leverkusen, of course. Out wide to DeAndre Yedlin, into Romero again. Good shot, blocked well again by the defence though. The luck is not with us today it seems, but into the 60th minute we push. Ruben Neves out wide to Correa, quickly into Romero, gets around the outside of the defender, and maybe the luck is changing. That was a penalty, so maybe not necessarily lucky that we got the penalty in the first place, but perhaps lucky that the defender was ill-disciplined enough to throw himself into a challenge that he really wasn't favourite to win, and the keeper went the right way as well. My heart was in my mouth there as Martial took that penalty. I thought, no, please don't miss it, Ches. Don't miss it. It went into the back of the net though. We make it 1-1. Question was, could we get a winner from there on in? We've been very dominant, as you can see, in both of the games that we've played so far today. We weren't able to get anything from the first one. Martial here, though, open goal. He Tommy toe pokes it wide of the post. I don't understand. What's he done that for? Just side foot it into the bottom corner, mate. Our goalkeeper makes a horrendous mistake. Martial makes a horrendous mistake. We get a point against Bournemouth. The luck was not with me. Lady Luck has abandoned me for today's episode. Hopefully, in Fridays, we can pick up some better results. We end with a final game of November, and it's a game away from home against Charlton. Wendell, the left back, puts us 1-0 up before Vetekele, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, I apologise, equalises just before half time. We're heading towards the end of the game, but Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain gives us a 2-1 lead with just under half an hour to go, just under 5 minutes to go, and they equalise through Gudmundsson, and Neves gets himself sent off as well. Neves and Romero are the worst for picking up yellow and red cards. It's crazy. We still sit in 10th then. We've played 18 games and we've won 6. We've drawn 6 and we've lost 6. But we are only 6 points off the playoffs and we're only 3 points off 2 sides above us. So, like I say, 2 or 3 wins back to back on Friday. If I can start picking up results in the games that I play as well, then we should be able to get ourselves back into a solid position. If you want to find out how everybody else is getting on in the series, then obviously feel free to check out Chani and MGH's channels and subscribe to them. Their links will be in the description down below as always. I myself am going to have to go over to their channels. We're purposefully not telling each other how we're getting on throughout the series. So I'm going to have to go over to their channels now and watch their videos and find out how they're getting on to this point. But if you enjoyed this episode, then of course leave it a thumbs up rating and subscribe if you haven't already. Check my channel page for anything I may have missed, you may have missed over the past few days. There will be a Career Mode Road to Glory episode later on tonight as well, and I should be streaming tonight over on Twitch. Also, there's a link to that down below as well as my Twitter. But follow all the links in the description. Subscribe to Chani and MGH if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.
In 7th, Derby County